Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, one and all, to the PMAOWL Alpha Overwatch League, week number 4, game number 2. This is Drunkrat joining me here on the mic, aka that one Dan guy, joined tonight by Jackstrill. We indeed, buddy. How you doing?
Doing pretty good. Time has no illusion, so I've completely forgotten what week we're actually on, but that's besides the point.
That's true. That's true. That's why we still have the PMAOWL. It keeps us grounded in these tough times, folks. And as always, last night you saw him on the cams before. He's back here, back to back, double duty. Morgan, aka Twigs, gonna be our camera operator for the night. Thank you so much, sir, for getting us a lovely stream out to all the people.
Absolutely, looking forward to it tonight.
I'm glad you're here, man. I know you're freshly set up, but already out here kicking it, giving the folks at home a good show. See Billy the Game Goat already out there in chat. Thanks for the hype, Billy. We love you. Our little caster streamer manager boy. You're doing a great job making sure our productions get out here every night. And tonight we have got DilfHunters trademark. Remember the trademark, folks. It's important. Keep you out of legal trouble. Versus the Knights of the REEE table. Now, as of right now, our standings have the Disciples of Dimitri are in first place for the league as of this week. Now, that's not including if they've played or not yet. The Knights of the REEE table currently sitting in that second slot. So a win here tonight could be very, very influential for them. Start pushing them up towards the top of that leaderboard yet again. And the DilfHunters currently sitting in fourth place. So super impactful game for both of these teams as we're making our way towards the middle of the season. Jax, do you happen to have any opinions one way or another about these teams here tonight?
I'm going to be completely honest. I haven't watched any of the games outside the ones I've been in, so I have absolutely no expectations going into any of this.
All right. Well, sometimes that's just the way things are going to be. Take a shot in the dark. Who's your horse in this race?
I honestly, despite the fact that they're completely probably throwing because that's what they do all the time, I'm gonna have to go with DilfHunters just because they've got the ridiculousness of I'm gonna go forever in all the draft picks possible to get AJ and Miles, who is arguably the absolute best player in our league, at least if we're going completely straight off ranking in comp, even though I don't think he's played in forever. But my information could be wrong.
Yes, I know. Angelord tends to take a chill back from the ranked games more often than not. Likes to hop in, just meme around a bit, which is why this is a wonderful setting for it. PMAOWL, home to many, many, many a meme. Mod ban Panther or Riot? No. Mod underused a newer Riot, and then mod ban Panther. Oh, we're starting a riot.
Well, we existed as a riot.
I think the closest emote we got to riot is Pepe D. Give me some Pepe D in the chat where you're throwing. I see you there, Billy. I know you can type. I believe you'll figure it out one of these days. But yes, I'm very excited to be in here this evening. I'm expecting to see quite a showing from Knights of REEE. I know they've put in a ton of work with their tank lineup. Hefty and Mr. Trifecta have been going nuts with the Winston Zarya, playing Ryan Zarya. So I think the tank lineup from Knights of REEE is where it's really going to have to get shut down by the DilfHunters, but they also are going to have to look for Juice, going to be running around in their backline quite a bit on the McCree, I expect. But at the same time, Shaka Khan, a force to be reckoned with on basically anything he plays. Blue, a wonderful tank player, wonderful all-around flex player. I've played a couple of games with him in the recent past. I know Viceroy Griff's got a couple of tricks up his sleeve on the Moira as well as some other characters. Edgelord, I'm looking for him to play some Doomfist, to play some Pharah. We saw in the finals of last season going absolutely nuts against Juice, so that would be quite a matchup to see here again. Just waiting on the lineups to be fully solidified, and then we'll be hopping into our first game here, and we can find out. Now, one thing that I think is of critical importance here is that the Knights of REEE are coming in this game looking like they've got their team cohesion on point. All the same icons, all nice and stacked up, had their lineup ready to go. DilfHunters are just out here in a total chaos. We got Chengdu Hunters, we got Happy Squids, we got Outlaws. That is not a team that just speaks cohesion to me, Jackstro. What icon could we What icon could we apply for DilfHunters? There's got to be a better decision. Chat, help me out. They've got to get some team cohesion going on.
I'd say they just could pick Shanghai Dragons because, boy, howdy, have those guys just gotten all their cohesion together this year.
Oh, I'm getting all the notifications popping up in the chat here for folks hopping on and off. All right. Well, they're ready to roll. So, as soon as we get the R's from both squads, we'll be lined up and ready to take it on. I have quarantine to do tomorrow, says Zarathustra in the chat. Hey, Billy, I appreciate you being here for games, drunk or not, my friend. We've got the ready from the Knights of REEE, just waiting on it from the DilfHunters. All right, and in we go. Busan, going to be our map number 1 for the control pick here tonight.
Was it Busan? Because someone had Oasis.
It is the lesser known Busan in which you play on Oasis, actually.
Ah.
If you guys haven't been playing Busan on Oasis, you've been doing it wrong the entire time. Oh, I've just been challenged to a fisticuffs by the one and only Banging My Drums in chat.
Stack's just here for the mod abuse.
Can I just start a fisticuffs in the middle of the match?
Ready for battle.
I mean, let me know how that goes with social distancing and virtually. I'd like to find that out.
Well, you know, we can fight on Wii Boxing online. That's how we'll do this.
Do VR chat boxing? Got it.
Yeah, there we go. All right, headed into our first game on Oasis, the lesser-known Busan. Looks like we are indeed going to have Edgelord on the Doomfist. That's going to be mighty scary. Sauce Boss whipping out the brand new hero Echo. And we've got Hefty and Trifecta teaming up not for the Winston Zarya, but for the Winston Rhine. Going to play the double main shields here tonight.
One could argue if Winston's really a main shield.
Well, Winston's shield buff lately, it's taking a pretty good beating, but here we go. In quickly, the tank lineup, putting plenty of pressure on the DilfHunters. Zelgius getting knocked around, but no picks yet. The Immortality already out from the side of Knights of REEE, so that's not going to be in their pocket should they get in any trouble.
Oh, there's the first one.
Blue's going to grab that first one onto Mr. Trifecta, taking down, I would say, the main tank, but they've got 2, but that's going to give time for the Knights of REEE to get the cap. FD just lurking in the hole in the middle of point. He can jump whenever he wants. Gets in the back line. Force Sauceboss to fly away. It's just Hefty left on point now. He's going to get the stall for a good chunk of time, though. He can keep jumping in and out, grabbing that Mega, buying some more time. That's our booster and Trifecta trying to get back up into it. Celsius gets the hammer down onto Trifecta. Only finds 1, but that could be impactful here. The Amp Matrix coming out to answer it from the Knights of REEE. What can go on here? Great Pilgrim pops the Coalescence. It's just a cooldown, don't worry about it. As does Viceroy Sniff, aka Viceroy Drift. Sorry, I say it all the time. Sorry, Brewster trying to get some healing done on point. Can't quite find Rogue Waves or Grey Pilgrim as they both fall, and that's going to be the first flip for the DilfHunters. 38% to 7 and ticking on up in the blue column there. Trifecta drops a fat shatter. It finds 3, but not the follow-up they were looking for. Edgelord took out Juice on the way in. Sauce Boss gets traded out. Now we're going to trade Reinhardt as Trifecta and Celsius both fall. Right now, looks like we've already got the switch. Hefty going to go over to the Hog, and he finds the pick. The beautiful bubble, though, from Blue saves Shaka Khan's little life. We've got Edgelord coming in somewhere, looking at that Doomfist. All goes to the side room. To escape by a bit of time. Now here comes the push from the Knights of REEE. Hefty can't connect on that hook. Edgelord does connect with the Scary Fist, though, onto Grey Pilgrim. Put down a main support, and Viceroy Drift coalescing in their face. This is not looking too good for this retake from the DilfHunters. Excuse me, from the Knights of REEE. Jax, what are you seeing so far? What have DilfHunters done differently that they did off that first push? How have they reacted here to take over this point?
I think they finally just got the cohesion going. They just got the momentum. And, oh, big nice shatter there.
Love to see it. Celsius smacks a couple down. The grab comes in now from Blue to hold Hefty at bay. Juice looks for the flank and he finds two. Now here comes Rogue Waves with the Death Blossom. He'll get traded out. But 3 or 4 ults later, and that should do it for the Knights of REEE. They got to clean up the DJ on point. But there we go as Shaka Khan falls to the hammer of Trifecta. We're going to flip it back over at 85% progress for DilfHunters. This is going to be a slugfest all night.
Just press Q, you win.
Easy, forehead.
I think what we're going to start seeing is who presses Q more to win the team fights right now.
What? You mean to tell me that ultimate abilities win fights, Jax?
When used properly, sure.
Not in my Overwatch. There we go. It's the Knights of REEE trying to hold on to this point. They're ticking up past 70% capture progress. Celsius now leading the charge in. The hammer down goes right into the shield. I think he might have got caught by Edgelord on the way up. Not that.
Oh, yeah, he definitely got knocked up right as he pressed Q and had to wait for the animation to finish on the ground.
You hate to see it when the Reinhardt goes for the shatter off the top ropes unintentionally. That should be the flip back over for the DilfHunters, keeping it to 93% capture progress now for Knights of REEE. They're trying to lead the charge on in here. Has to wait up for a moment. A nice fire strike from Zelgius. Gonna get him back up close to that next shatter, 75%. They do have the copy online from Sauceboss with the Echo. There it is. He's going to go ahead and grab the hamster, so look for mines aplenty on point. The High Noon comes in and finds one. That's going to drop the Zarya. Blue had grab, so highly unfortunate to see him go down for Juice's High Noon there. A great pick from the McCree. Hefty is still spinning around here on the hamster, trying to buy what time he can. That's going to be the flip trifecta. Might have been a bit of a fat finger there on the hammer, but we'll see what happens with it if they need it back. That's going to cost him. Zelgius has his ready. Blue has the grab. They've got the ults they need for DilfHunters to take this. Here comes Edgelord with the slam. They're already down one, but now main healer missing from both teams. Zelgius falls after the shatter into the grab. But DilfHunters slowly but surely cleaning up most of these kills. Edgelord will fall, but they'll trade out Juice in the process. That should be it, unless there's the touch. Hefty manages to make it on point with the hamster, but gets booped away by Shaka Khan. And map number 1 of Oasis is going to go in the favor of DilfHunters. What a fight!
1-0.
It's always great when you got a 99-99 and you just see, all right, who's going to be left standing.
Ready for battle.
We love those. We love those 99 fights. Means we got a nice, long, even game. And that's what I expect we're going to be seeing here. Quite a bit Twigs and quite a bit Jax. This is what we're going to get all night, I think. Just a total slugfest between these two teams. Let's see if they're going to shake anything up. Hefty staying on that hog. Looks like he might have felt a bit better trying to pick off that Doomfist from Edgelord, but he's going to be over onto the even more evasive, well, I don't know, probably about the same amount of evasiveness, maybe even more so on the Doomfist, but he's going to switch over to the Soldier 76 now. Looks like no trades coming in otherwise for the team. We do have the Mei in play now, though, from Rogue Waves. We're going to see some fat freezes, some nice walls. Viceroy Griff going to be the first one taken out here on map number 2. Hefty follows shortly thereafter, as does Zelgius. So both teams missing a tank now, and as Juice falls. Now Shaka Khan. There are kills aplenty. Zarathustra sends out that lamp a little bit early, just for a bit of extra protection, as we're going to see Knights of REEE take the first capture.
Run, legs, run away.
Legs and Echo getting a little caught there off on the coastal room. They're going to survive the fight another day. Sauceboss gets a couple of sticks onto Rogue Waves, but Viceroy Griff not quite going to be enough to get the kill. Great Pilgrim goes ahead and pop that 4th ability he has there with the Coalescence. Keeping the team nice and healed up on their way in. The fight devolves up the stairs, but another kill on Zelgius so far. Trifecta just been putting it to him. Now we're going to see Hefty back over to the Monkey. Looks like he's not necessarily as concerned about the Doomfist now. Going to get to go ape a little bit, as they say. Blue just doing his best to build up those last few points towards the Graviton Surge. They've got the Visor online. Coalescence nearly to follow. The Shatter is up for Trifecta, as is the Amp Matrix. There goes the Shatter. It knocks a couple. Blue's on the ground if they can get him in time, but no, Edgelord in the back, popping the Visor, going to keep this team split for Knights of REEE, and they are not going to be able to capitalize on the Shatter from Trifecta. Looks like Sauce Boss with the copy there, already going to go ahead and fling a Shatter around. Love to see it. I think the copied Reinhardt might be one of the more terrifying characters to see. It's just a swing, fire strike. You're on the ground.
Yeah, let's just comment how much I hate Echo right now. On a personal level.
She's certainly a whole different animal. Speaking of a whole different animal, Hefty gonna go ahead and pop Primal Rage on point there, bullying Edgelord around, bringing him all the way back, and finally secured the kill. It's a good entrance pick though for someone who uses Primal Rage so frequently. See Hefty already building that charge right back on up. The beat's gonna come down from Shaka Khan trying to keep his team in this. They do own the point, so ticking up past 40% capture progress, worthwhile there for the investment perhaps. But in the end, this one's gonna flip back over to the Knights of REEE as soon as they can get this little DJ boy off the point. Tickle,
He's
tickle,
gonna run
tickle.
it Lucio his way as long as he can to hold that tiny percentage.
Oh, certainly, but this also means he's gonna be back fast. And he's going to have his team right there already set up in the choke, ready to push back. They're going to definitely get another touch before the end of this one. Looks like we got Blue over to the Hog now. Trying to probably contest Hefty, leaping about his team. There goes the Blizzard from Rogue Waves. Catches one. Shaka Khan stuck out in the corner, but gets away cleanly. Sauceball 70% to his next copy. Could be a big pick for him. Just do it. Shaka Khan waiting in the wings above point. Gonna dive in at the last second. There he is. Hopping around as best he can. Pole to pole, wall to wall, buying whatever time. As Edgelord comes in with the Visor. Looking for some heroics here on point. Zelgius manages to make the switch over to the Orisa and still find his way back. Deadeye from Juice finds none. The Shatter picks up Blue. Can they secure this kill? No, Blue's going to live for quite a long time in the middle of the freeze, but the Primal Rage is going to force everybody off the point. And that will be the evener for the Knights of REEE, 1 apiece.
1-1. Ready for battle.
We over here singing banana songs, folks. B-A-N-A-N-A-S. His shit, it's bananas. This game is bananas.
This game is bananas, and now you're just reminding me of my high school band days and the stands for football. We about to go bananas here with map 3 on Oasis.
4, 3.
Yes, indeed. Looks like the lineup gonna stick the same for the Knights of REEE. Zelgius gonna stay on that Orisa pick with Blue on the Hog. Get some pulled pork action going. Edgelord over to the McCree though, looking to pop some heads, probably flash some shatters. Watch out, Mr. Trifecta.
Shaka switched over here to Brigitte, no longer playing the Frog Boy.
Brig is still in a pretty good place, I gotta say. Looking forward to seeing Shaka rock out on
There
it.
goes Hefty, right off the bat.
Just getting mulched by Sauce Boss on the Reaper there. Not gonna have to be a little more cautious than that, especially with Blue with the hooks. If he can hook him into Sauce Boss, that's not gonna be a fun time. Blue does get frozen here. Sauce Boss gonna be the one to die though. A little bit too mobile around him, as will Viceroy. Griff for the DilfHunters. So down 2, but they do manage to find the return pick on Grey Pilgrim after losing their main tank. It's just Blue left on point now, and this is going to do it as the Knights of REEE get the first capture. Rogue Wave's already 70% towards Blizzard. Juice already has a Deadeye. Next, nearby, we have a Deadeye coming online very shortly from Edgelord. Other than that, The ult's already starting to run away a bit for it in the favor of the Knights of REEE. See Blue going over to a D.Va now. Here comes the Deadeye. Where's it going to come from? Where's the cheeky angle?
Over here in the stairs, Juice gets one.
That's a single kill on the Zelgius, but a very worthwhile one. Anytime you can take out the main tank, going to be a nice start to your fight here. Got the Blizzard online as well as the Coalescence now for the Knights of REEE. Nothing just yet for the DilfHunters. Edgelord trying to get some damage into Hefty, but not before he can pop the Primal Rage. Pulls and the stuns are going to be a bit too much for him to overcome, though. Hefty will fall in the midst of Primal Rage, but the rest of his team following up through the choke. Trifecta gets caught in a tough spot. Now no shield. The bomb on the point. It finds 3! Rogue Waves, Great Pilgrim, and Juice all go down to the big bomb from Blue 17. What a wonderful return there. Looks like they were starting to get run back into the choke. They get the kill on the main tank that was left. No shields to be found. Blue hurls the bomb in. He turns this one around. 65% capture progress for the Knights of REEE table. But now it's the DilfHunters with point control. I feel like Oasis is one of those maps that I see teams go on really, really long runs of control. They win a couple, 2, 3, 4 fights in a row, maybe even get it all the way up to 99 and then flip. And then we end up with those 99-99 situations again. Let's see how long the DilfHunters can hold on to it here. They got Edgelord with the high noon from the top corner, but he gets found. Hefty sends a right foot with Edgelord. Trying to run him down here around the far side. Mr. Trifecta in with him. Now no shield tank available for the Knights of REEE, so they definitely have to watch out for those bombs from Blue. But D-Mech not going to be a concern. Dead, even less of a concern. This also will fall Shaka Khan, and that's going to be the flip back for the Knights of REEE. Ticking on over 70% capture progress to the 57 of the DilfHunters. Billy in chat calling for the Blizzard Eats from Blue. We've seen the big bombs. Now we just need to see some noms. There's the pull. The hook can't connect with anyone from Hefty there. The copy onto the hog. The bomb finds
Blue,
2 more. That's 5 for Blue if you're playing along at home, folks, and gonna secure yet another kill with the micro missiles on the Juice. This should be the flip at 99, just like we talked about, Jax. I'm expecting to see it, man. I'm thinking we're gonna get another 99-99 final fight on Oasis. Go Blue looking to charge up that ult again as fast as possible. 38% towards his next bomb. Now no ultimates online other than the pulse, so I'm definitely looking to see Zelgius is going to pull a fat pull right here. And then Edgelord's going to zip in and try to delete their whole team. There it is. There's the pull. There's the pulse. Who's it fine? Mr. Trifecta falls. Juice with the amped Deadeye, but not going to secure a kill with it. Gonna have to play a bit of keep away for a moment for the DilfHunters while they regroup. Shaka Khan and Juice going head to toe, but Hefty comes and gets in the mix. That hook a bit too much for Brigitte, not the way she used to be, Shaka. Another hook from Hefty. He's on a rampage now, and he's gonna go whole hog. Try to clear off this point. Will it be enough? Edgelord still zipping around on the Tracer, making Rogue Wave's life difficult. Wolf from Zelgius as he enters point, already burned, and not going to be enough to sustain the hog in his face. And that's going to do it. Knights of REEE take game number 1. Oh my god, I completely missed that they had been causing for pause. Evidently, PP had been spammed vigorously in the chat, asking for it. Please pause. My sincerest apologies, Shaka Khan. I do not know what happened. Very confused here as we got a bit of conversation back and forth about pausing potentially there. Highly unfortunate. Looks like I'm not sure. No one left. Oh no, Shaka Khan had keyboard issues. Oh no, Shaka, I'm so sorry, buddy. Can we get some F's in chat for Shaka Khan's keyboard? Thank you. Thank you, Stack Monster. One F, one respect. All right. Viceroy and DDR for the heels here. So we're going to have a bit of a swap coming in for the DilfHunters. What is it? Volskaya will be our
I
map
hate this
host.
map so much.
Feel free to come talk to stream, Twigs. While I get a chance to change these folks around. My brain is not functioning, so I'm gonna need a moment here and would appreciate not talking with the lovely people at home.
Absolutely. So that was a pretty intense game. You know, when we got two teams going to point three and going 99-99 on that final map, that's always a sign of good things to come. It would not surprise me if we get to a map 5 again tonight.
It's very probable with both these teams, particularly, you know, with. I had a train of thought and I completely lost it.
That's all right.
Welcome to quarantine brain, everybody.
Amen to that, my man. Amen to that. Now, I gotta say, I'm very impressed with Knights of the REEE table. When the season started, they were one of the teams that you looked at and they were like, yeah, they've got some players. You know, Hefty is good, Juice is Juice. But they've really come together to make a really, really nice team. And DilfHunters, you know, they started off the season with Edgelord and Shaka Khan, who we all know and love and appreciate as two of the finer players in the league. But it's really cool to see Knights of REEE, you know, going toe-to-toe with them, keyboard issues notwithstanding. I do want to give a shout out to Stek Monsta for converting your Twitch Prime sub to a Tier 1 sub. Thanks, Stek. And that's all I got from chat. There's just some normal trolling, the usual.
The usual. The right amount of troll.
See some people spamming Shaka Khan in respects.
Now, friends, remind me, just in case we should happen to run into another issue of needing to change who is on, or when the game is paused, it's Control Shift Plus, right?
I think so.
Oh, Billy!
Oh my goodness.
Billy, thank you for the sub.
Billy, the game goat.
Gifting 3 Tier 1 subs, one to myself. Big appreciates, my dude. Thank you for supporting the PMAOWL Alpha Overwatch League. I just want to confirm the pause. Can someone please Control Shift Plus? Yes. Just making sure. All right. We've got the R's from both sides. Here we go. Heading into game number 2. Volskaya Industries.
Traveling to Volskaya Industries. Prepare to attack.
Now,
Select your hero.
one of our more storied assault maps. We've seen some draws. We've seen some extremely long games. What kind of matchup you think we're gonna get here tonight?
I think we're gonna see 2 CP, everybody, and by that I mean we're gonna go for a long haul.
Ready for battle.
I wouldn't be surprised to see a full hold here on one of the 2 points from one of our defenders. I don't think we're gonna have to go to an overtime round. I'm gonna call it now that I think the DilfHunters are indeed going to manage the full hold here. They've got Edgelord rocking out on the Torb. They've got Blue and Shaka Khan on the tank lineup. Those are some pretty serious switches. Meanwhile, we got Banging My Drums coming in for Grey Pilgrim on the support lineup for the Knights of REEE. To see if that's the change that they need here.
5,
Keep
4,
things rolling into a second map victory. Here comes the attack. Knights of REEE in the red first, DilfHunters in the blue.
Objective A.
Rolling out yet again with the Reinhardt and the Winston. Blue getting zapped early from Hefty, building that ult charge as fast as he can. Just taking the pokes around, getting rid of some of those sim turrets that they've now spotted. The Torb turret in a very high angle, though, gonna just pour damage into this team as they rotate. Shredding up that monkey bubble right quick, and now it's still got angle on the point. Zelgius will be the first to fall, followed by Hefty. Coming down from Edgelord, 666. Gonna make a hard time for the Winston to just have free reign if they don't deal with this turret early. But they're in on point now with a couple of kills. This might be the cleanup. That's gonna do it. Zarathustra flings himself off the edge to not feed any more ult charge, and that's gonna be the hold for DilfHunters. Shaka and Blue pushing on up, trying to see if they can get any early ult charge. Blue just swinging away. He gets pinned into the corner. Trifecta takes him out of the game there with the cheeky pin. Now we're going to see the pressure turn all the way up to max from the Knights of REEE. They're rotating quickly through to the far left side. And now in on the point. The Shatter comes down and it finds 4. Hefty's in on him in an instant. The Molten Core comes out from Edgelord, but not before another fantastic pin from Mr. Trifecta. Doing his best here early with that nano to Rhine to prove me wrong. No full hold in progress. 2 ticks already coming down, and they're going to give it up. The DilfHunters looking to be a point B team. Like Blue just getting a little bit overconfident there. Trying to take a bit too much space from Mr. Trifecta. Hefty, it's okay. Nobody saw you slam your face into that wall. Trifecta going in on point, trying to follow up Hefty's progress. The Graviton Surge comes in and it finds 4 behind the PMAOWL, though, for good measure. Rogue Waves keeping his team nice and safe. Mr. Trifecta and Hefty, though, caught off all alone and with no tanks left to support him. Zarathustra and Banging My Drums will fall, followed by Rogue Waves, who gets eaten up by Zelgius on his way out of town. Now, we're starting to see a bit of the composure come back to the DilfHunters. Things just got a bit out of hand during that last push on point A. But now with this nice enclosed space, with the serious spawn advantage, they're going to be a tough nut to crack for the Knights of REEE.
Yeah, point B always feels like one of those, all right, we take point A real quick, and now it's a struggle to get to B.
Yeah, no super snowball rolls anymore since the spawn changes come in. The Shatter almost completely gonna negate this Blizzard from Rogue Waves. It caught quite a few, but not more than Blue's Shatter there. They're laying on the ground. Big old Hammerman's gonna defend this point right just fine. Blue 17 grabs the nano from Zarathustra in the midst of all of that. Not sure if Zara thought there was a bit of a panic moment or just wanted to style on him. Viceroy, excuse me. Thank you. Thank you, production. Score 1 for Twigs. Score another pin for the Reinhardts here, though. Blue grabbing the cheeky one on Trifecta to get this early kill, shutting down that push. Just gonna have to wait and regroup.
Reinhardt's introducing all their friends to the wall.
You know, we love to see it. Now I just got to see one go through a window. Through a window, to a wall, make the other team crawl. Something like that, right?
Yeah, something like that.
Another hammer down. Blue just going to stare that one calmly in the face with his shield up. Gets the block, gets the pin, gets the delete with the help of Edgelord's Magma all over point.
Splooge.
Nice and simple there. Hefty trying to get a cheeky jump into the back line, but gets found by the turrets and quickly removed. The setup here with the Symmetra and the Torp, you know, you're wanting to play so far from the enemy team and just kind of eat them down over time with the beams, with the turrets and everything. And that's just making things so much more difficult for the Knights of REEE here on point B. They don't have a ton of space to move about it.
Yeah, the architect comp, as I like to call it. You get Symmetra with her turrets, Torb with his turrets, and they just build things that then they don't have to worry about certain areas of the map.
Pretty much. It's like basically getting a seventh man on the field between all the extra DPS and area control. Here comes the high noon from Juice. The wall might have saved a couple there as the shatter flattened him in the latter half of that Deadeye. This is going to be another nice cleanup with the Ant Matrix there to help. Blue waits out, Rogue waves his Ice Block, and sends him back to spawn. Zelgius, I mean, one of the only picks there on the DilfHunters end of things. They are rolling along quite well here on their defensive. Hefty got the Primal Rage ready. Rogue Waves looking to take a second crack at that Blizzard. And so far, no Shatter to shut him down. Blue only at 29% progress towards that one. So gonna be able to get this Blizzard off, possibly what they're gonna need to win, as long as they don't combo with the Angry Monkey at the same time. That will make things a bit difficult. Some good communication should be a good conversion here for him. Here it comes.
There's
Blizzard.
And there's the monkey. Oh,
like
with a molten core to try and clear some space out. But I don't think it'll be enough, and
Dueling Shatters coming out on point there. Looks like either Reinhardt gonna be much the better for it, but that one gonna be too much to get past for the Knights of REEE. Like you said there, Jax, a good zoning ult from Edgelord666, just spraying that Molten Core all past the edge of the Blizzard so they can't move up and follow in on their kills.
30 seconds remaining.
Fire Chicken, I see you out there in the chat memeing more lyrics for me. Zelgius in a tight spot, gonna have to run from Hefty. Hefty's taking control of this window high ground almost every time. No juice, no flank high noon. The final 5 seconds of the fight. Have to make your way on point, Mr. Trifecta. Rogue Waves getting up in it. A little too close to the sun there as Blue manages to bring him down. The Graviton Surge, the big purple, that's gonna end it. Knights of REEE could not crack point B. The DilfHunters holding on to life here, just gonna need to take one tick on the second set of Volskaya.
Switching sides. Initiating.
See, Iron Brew has been at least reincarnated in the chat, keeping his memory nice and alive. Solidly, the timeout of Fire Chicken for talking about the banning of Ball.
well, that ball would definitely be banned currently with May in play.
Oof. Yeah, definitely not a good time. You hate to see when the May comes out, but you know what? She's such a versatile character. She's so good to have on your team, just so frustrating to play against.
Oh, looks like we're going to see Echo.
The Echo from Edgelord.
Attackers incoming.
Seen
Of
some
course, he could
prolific...
be memeing like I did back in the old days with picking Tor before every match.
Before Torb became the meta.
But yeah, before Tor became useful and he was a throw pick. They all laughed at me, but now you have become the meme.
Now you just cower in fear before the Swede.
5, 4, 3.
It's like they're gonna run the Echo Reaper. Edgelord, we've seen him with some prolific play on the Tracer, on the Pharah. Good combo here, should convert to the Echo. We'll see how it goes. It's a couple of sticks early, already up to 14% ultimate charge. Looking to see some big copies there. Hefty gonna have to be very wary. The double pin coming in to slam down Blue, who gets caught off in the side corner. Edgelord gonna go ahead and melt Zarathustra in the process. Let's just leave Shaka Khan and Viceroy Griff getting a bit of poke damage in, trying to keep their charge up. Both of these Zaryas doing their best to keep their damage high in the meantime. So Trifecta looking at about 40% to Graviton Surge, while Shaka Khan ticking past 60. Definitely going to have the Graviton advantage on the side of the DilfHunters here. Echo coming online soon, 75% for Edgelord, but 2 already there for the Knights of REEE. However, they've lost their Baptiste, now their Ashe also falling. Tire coming out as picks aplenty, need to even this one up. Shaka Khan dead. No opportunity to get that grab in this fight. The nanoed Ryan onto Blue though. Viceroy trying to make sure this fight still ends in their favor. Mr. Trifecta in a very scary spot. He's purpled. He's low. He's pinned.
And he's pinned.
To Narnia, my friend. We'll remember you. Lovely cleanup there for the DilfHunters. Going to give them a nice large time bank to attack point B. See if they have any better success than the Knights of REEE.
New defense point. Objective B.
One thing I just want to point out right there was Zell just had a really nice flank around. He actually got left behind after after DilfHunters' first push. And that led to them capping.
Excellent spot and double shatters coming down here. Blue hits a fat one, but responded quickly by Hefty. Both teams on the ground here. The Graviton Surge comes out. Edgelord copies the Zarya and sends that one in.
And there it is. No overtime round.
There it was indeed. And that's the power of seeing a Zarya and an Echo with ultimate. Both of them. Makes things so difficult and scary there. Here's Zelgius most likely with this flank. No, it's gonna be on point. Coming through with it. Here comes.
No, it's
Just chewing up that grab. Double grab. Shaka Khan, 21 objective kills out of his 35 eliminations. Look at Dr. Daikenkai, 70% kill participation there with the Moira. Gotta pad them stats. Gotta pad them stats with the
DPS Moira. Hey guys, I have 5 gold medals.
You love to see it. You love to see it. Thank you so much, Twigs, for that little extra shout out there. Good catch. Hopefully the stream got to see the play there from Zelgius, but this is gonna even it all up.
I'm not sure if that was intentional. I don't think that was the plan. I think that Zell just got kind of just forgotten about by the Knights of REEE. But he did a good job at turning it into something. Because he just kind of hung out until they forgot and then flanked all the way around and used his Ghosty Boy powers to get up on Pillbox and take out their Baptiste, I think, pretty early in that fight.
Yeah, the Baptiste went down very early in that push and with the Amp Matrix ready. Now we're going to be headed on to our hybrid map. If I were to guess, Zarathustra is going to go ahead and pick Zarathustra's row.
Well, that's what I already have entered, so that would make me 2 for 2 tonight. We'll see
Now,
what happens.
The real question, Twigs, is I know you're new to the cam gig, but do you have your setup ready for the Hype Bus 69?
I do not have my setup ready for the Hype Bus 69.
Have I taught you nothing?
You have taught me a fair amount, but
Gotta get your color setup in there so you can block out the front number on the bus on King's Row.
I see.
moment here as we change our teams about. This will be the Knights of REEE. And so, what have you been noticing while you've been zipping about being all cammy boy?
One thing I
Finding
noticed
any-
that I
We're all wrong. It's Eichenwald.
oh man, now I have to change it.
Eichenwald!
One thing that I've noticed was that I thought was really impressive was how DilfHunters held on the second point of Volskaya for so long. It was really impressive, not giving up a single tick, lots of coordinated usage. I will say there were a couple times where they over ulted, possibly. I definitely, not to call Viceroy out, he knows I love him. But I saw at least one nano that probably didn't need to be used. But in the end, it worked out because they were just more coordinated. They were able to play around those sentries. Edgelord did a very nice job at repositioning his turret each time. So it wasn't necessarily in the same place. Easy clap for the other team to take down.
All right. Yeah, it definitely. There's mind games that happen with the turret every time, right? You know, do you leave it in the same spot? Do you move it about? Do you try to, put it on some sort of like cheeky sort of a flank angle, set up a crossfire with your other DPS? And if you win those mind games, then you get all kinds of craziness that results, and it just can be so much extra pressure because turrets don't miss, and that slowing effect can be seriously difficult for them. Whoops, we have got. There we go.
I've got to say one thing I was hoping for, and I feel pretty certain would have happened if Knights of REEE had been able to hold for one more fight on that first point, was the fabled hefty shatter out of the corner on that first turn. As someone who has received that treatment, I was hoping to see somebody else get it, but to no avail.
Hefty always a force to be reckoned with when he's got shatter online.
And that's the kind of thing where there's nothing to do except for just go, oh my goodness, that happened. Laugh and just reset because it happened. You got to move on.
Pretty much. We'll see if he can pull out a couple of more big shatters here on Eichenwald. It's going to be a fun one to see coming down the pipe here. It's been a while since we've seen the German homeland come into play. I know the call of King's Row can be a bit much to overcome sometimes. Nobody deciding to go for the Numbani. Just saying, Numbani deserves some love once in a while.
Wait, is Numbani still a map?
Yeah, Numbani is still a map.
That's right. They destroyed Paris.
The Flamin' Hot Box Squad decided to go for Numbani a couple of weeks ago, and it was actually one of the best maps that we played. Just kind of lends itself to some of the chaos that our team likes once in a while.
I can't remember the last time I saw Numbani.
It was out of the competitive map rotation for quite a while. There we go into Eichenwald. The first defense going to be for the Knights of REEE. In the blue, the first attack for the DilfHunters in red here. Edgelord looking to stay on that Echo shenanigans with Shaka Khan still on the Zarya. Sauce Boss going to pick up the legs. DDR Daikinkai on the Moira. Viceroy Griff on the Ana. Blue still sticking with the trusty Reinhardt, bringing him to his homeland. Hefty going to match him up there with Trifecta to match the Zarya combo. Gingerbeard and banging my drums on the support line with the Moira Bap. We got dueling echoes here. Dueling echoes and dueling legs to match the Rein Zarya. The only difference here, the Baptiste versus the Ana. Let's see where the first blow is going to land. Reinhardt swinging viciously back and forth. Hefty's shield quite damaged out in space. Ginger gets caught out a bit early, and without the extra healing, Hefty going to go down, as will Mr. Trifecta. Edgelord 6-6 so far, the only death on the side of the DilfHunters, as they're just going to roll right over the Knights of REEE and take point A.
Blinking, you miss it, folks.
Can't stop me now. They're having a good time.
Having a ball, except ball's not being played right now.
Oof, having a shatter. Hefty takes Blue down. And then, or Blue takes Hefty down. Excuse me, I'm sorry, Blue. How am I going to disrespect you like that, baby? They're a fat shatter, the team following it up, and they're all the way up to the gates at the end of point B.
Meanwhile, the cart's still at the first gate.
Well, you know, sometimes you just gotta assert your dominance and knock down the door with your bare hands. Somebody's
We'll see how long it sits here. I'm curious now.
Daikin finally gonna go grab it. We do have... Oh, I thought Juice was gonna try to cycle around through the castle and try to grab some high ground. Blue in a tough spot here. Shaka Khan's with him to throw some bubbles, but healers all the way back on cart there. The support line moving the tank along.
Move the battering ram.
Going to be without their Reinhardt here. Shaka Khan just taking some right clicks from a distance, trying to get that charge up, keep some pressure on. He's high charge and he's got grab. Look for it to come soon. No, the shatter from Hefty. Take him out first, but the charge takes him all the way back into Narnia. Zarathustra gonna go ahead and pop sights. Finds one kill, that'll be two. Shatter gonna go back in. Juice goes ahead and throws the copy onto this one. I think he might want that back.
Yeah, he's probably gonna want that one back.
A bit of an overcommitment there, as we did see Visor, normal Shatter, and Coalescence all coming back to back to back there, and then Juice threw the copy in on top. Gonna have a Visor and a Nano, and possibly a copy coming in for the DilfHunters on this one. There goes the grab. There goes the copy. Edgelord goes ahead and grabs a Reinhardt. He's going to have to shatter mighty quick. But he gets burned down before he's got time for it. Barely manages to survive. Jumps off the bridge to get a bit of cover. Now he's going into the back line. Is Edgelord going for a spawn camp? He's just taking the 1v1 with Zarathustra, and he'll win it. And then he's going to survive another day as Blue pushing on past here. Trying to take as much space as possible and grab these stagger spawns. Blue holding the far corner, trying to get his team as much of this cart progress for free as possible. Just a bit of a Reinhardt posturing going on here. Both of them knew they had the shatter, but there it is. Blue wins it in the end. The charge comes through just in time, kills the immortality, and then the rampage continues.
Adjusting angle of attack.
Trying to make his way out the spawn door, lead the charge back to point. Only a few meters remaining on this cart before the DilfHunters take it. There goes the shatter. It finds two. Shaka Khan on the ground, as will Daikin Kai, who is going to go ahead and die. Hefty left spinning for a minute, trying to catch over, shooting him in the back. We're gonna see Sauce Boss. Sauce Boss just chilling back here. He's got the visor. Oh, but we're gonna see a soldier off. And Zarathustra a little bit quicker on that Helix rocket, hitting his shots to eliminate the threat. No one's staying behind my enemy line, he says. Hefty already with a mighty weak shield here. Gonna have to hope that they don't move too fast, but here comes Blue. Trying to push the advantage as best as possible. 4 ultimates, nearly 5, nearly 6 online. There's the DilfHunters. There's the grab. There's the double grab. Edgelord copies the Zarya himself. There's another one. You ever seen 3 grabs in one fight?
Now you have.
Absolute chaos reigning from the DilfHunters. 3 Graviton surges used in a single fight, as Edgelord copies the Zarya of Mr. Trifecta, and they just start making it rain.
0 to 3, switching sides.
Thank you, Fire Chicken. I appreciate the bars hype. Happens once in a while. Typically when I just let my brain turn off and my mouth just says things.
Wait, you mean that's not how everybody normally operates?
Well, you know, only the best of us.
Yeah.
You've just unlocked your true potential, Jax.
Now, if you're the Knights of REEE, you're not super happy about all of that just went down. But one thing I will say, gotta give props where it's due. On the bridge, they did a nice job of focusing down the Echo that had copied the Reinhardt. She got
Oh my
blasted
gosh.
before she was even able to build up a shatter, which is not the easiest thing to do. So, Knights of REEE, I know you're not feeling great right now, but be proud of that at least.
Right, your response time to that ult from Edgelord was wonderful. I thought for sure he was about to flatten their team, but nope, just bloop, back in the little digital cocoon, and away you went. Still think Echo needs a little bit of a tweak in terms of how she leaves her ultimate. Just doesn't seem quite fair to Winston that she gets to come back at full health. Alright, here we go. Back into it now for the attack from Knights of REEE. Zarathustra on the tiny PP robot. He's got the Lego skin. He's got that much right. Leaving him behind quite a bit, though. The Bastion kind of getting left off to the back. Team rotates down main. Hefty not going to be able to survive the onslaught from DilfHunters. Neither will Zarathustra or Juice. As they fall, the Bastion was not enough there. The pin from downtown. Blue picks up Gingerbeard on his way out. Here as Blue gonna take up this first corner. They won the fight. They get to choose where the next one's gonna happen on their terms for the time being. Team's a little bit split each direction though, trying to break out of that line of fire from Zarathustra on the Bastion, who's already found the kill on Viceroy Griff. And knocked off the turret, but there comes Molten Core. Edgelord gonna stop this rotation in its tracks. Manages to get the kill on the Bastion. Here comes the grab from Shaka Khan. They're all grouped right there. Hefty manages to hold shield for long enough to survive and manage to make it out of the magma before getting sucked in. Picks a 20 on both sides. Blue trying to hold off the onslaught from Banging My Drums, and Mr. Trifecta does manage to kill the Zarya for Knights of REEE. Banging My Drums will survive on the little bouncy frog boy. I think Zarathustra on this Bastion, he's putting down a serious amount of pressure. He's getting to put in tons and tons of damage. But for how fast Hefty likes to play, you saw him right there just smash that shatter into Blue's shield. He likes to play fast. And another shatter blocked. Hefty is taken down by Blue off the map though. Blue a little bit upsetty perhaps that he didn't connect on that shatter, but it's going to give Juice the opportunity to hit the 2K with the visor. Should be the cleanup here for Knights of REEE. Just Edgelord on point. No more. Torb be gone. We're taking point A. I think it might be time to lose the Bastion, Zara. I know you're close to ultimate, but it's just he's not able to keep up with the mobility of a Reinhardt Zarya combo.
I think he's gonna get his ult here and probably switch, but that's just my opinion.
I think that one might be the
there we
call
go.
to make.
We're gonna start pirate ship almost.
Dun, 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 dun. Here comes the Bastion. Get him off cart. Turret set up high, right? Edgelord just raining down damage. He comes in to negate the grab, but the big purple coming in there from Viceroy Griff to shut it down. They get the kill on Zarathustra through it all. Gingerbeard will return the favor as Blue goes down, as will Daikinkai. Hefty and Gingerbeard soon to fall. This fight still far from decided. Edgelord getting taken down there from Mr. Trifecta and Banging My Drums. But Mr. Trifecta not able to make it out. That was just a bit of target priority and a good rotation away by the likes of the DilfHunters. Knights of REEE weren't able to single out their last remaining folks to secure that one. Zarathustra back onto the payload, still on the Bastion. He's got the ult ready. Slam down some of Blue's shield. No Reinhardt available. Go ahead, do it! Do it, PP Robot! Oh, PP Robot down. No! Boss. Raining Hellfire from the top of the castle with that visor. Does manage to get the kill on Hefty. Edgelord over to the Pharah now. Interesting choice to just decide to pick Flappy Bird in the face of a Bastion and a Soldier.
Well, if they're not paying attention to you, it's no big deal. And right now, their focus really kind of seems to be not up, but straightforward.
As things need to be when you're stuck in a graviton surge like that, you gotta watch the Reinhardt run at you. Swing, swing, and then that big fire strike from Blue capped him 3 kills. And yet another shatter online. Edgelord already got the barrage nearly online.
All right, Zara. I'm feeling you, Zara, here, but I really think you need to change. You're just getting eaten alive with the Bastion. You're just feeding there on it.
A little bit. Go ahead and pop that ult. See what you can make happen. And then it might be time for a little something different. Looks like we're probably going to get the switch there from Zara.
Yeah, there we go.
Throws away the configuration tank, but on to the edgy man. The Reaper coming in here. It's just going to be up to Juice to really deal with that Pharah zipping about. Now, Edgelord's got barrage. I wouldn't be surprised to see him go over the wall here into the flank. Take a few more pot shots first. Let them come in. There it is.
Yes, and the bubble, and
Good enough there. We'll take 2. Goose returns with 2 of his own, knocking down Edgelord and Viceroy Griff before dying somehow. Not quite sure what happened there. Unfortunate for the old Soldier 66. It's just going to leave Hefty on cart. Right now, the Knights of REEE have just been... They have not been able to get their picks fast enough. They're getting a couple of kills every fight. They're not just getting swept or aced off their feet, but they just aren't getting the kills fast enough in quick enough succession to really snowball it into a full team fight win beyond these gates. FD trying to get something done back onto his Winston, but just getting beat up. Blue hits a fat shatter there, send Zarathustra to the grave. Gingerbeard will follow, banging my drums, and Mr. Trifecta all not going to be able to escape. That's gonna DilfHunters take map number 3. It's gonna be match point on our next one.
Play of the game.
Blue with the play of the game here. Which shatter will it be? Oh no, it's gonna be the triple fire strike into the grab. Blue out there swinging for the fences. He knew he had it. Look at him.
if Reinhardt had a bat flip emoji, that would have also gone with it as well.
It would indeed. A valiant showing from the Knights of REEE, but alas, not going to be enough in the face of the DilfHunters. I'm not quite sure what changes they need to make other than we noted a bit of their DPS lineup just wasn't able to keep up with the aggression that Hefty likes to go with. But I'm not sure what the choice might have been there. Perhaps just pressuring Blue a bit more off the front, maybe trying to get some flanks in. They didn't have that many opportunities for it, and uncharacteristically, Juice not spending much time on the backline, actually, from what I could see. So maybe just a bit more chaos to cause might help him in that frontline battle.
Yeah, I think you nailed it on the head with the Bastion pick. It was a good thought in theory. Set up the mini pirate ship, do lots of damage, get the zoning pressure. But Hefty is just so aggressive; it's hard to keep up with him when you're most effective when you don't, or your highest DPS comes when you're not moving. So that was a rough plan, and man, I feel for Zarathustra because who wants to drop an ult, right? And that's just a hard thing to do, but in the end, it's what had to be done to give him a chance. It just came too little too late.
Yes, indeed. Just not quite fluid enough in their swaps might have been a big factor there, especially you made it through first point, you get through the choke. I don't believe the door didn't even close, did it?
I don't know. No, I didn't.
Remember.
I don't think the gate ever actually closed.
I don't think it did. So, maybe taking an opportunity to play some of those longer sight lines, go ahead and cut through castle, leave the cart be for a few minutes, and then go ahead and make your way back, to it after you've won the team fight, something like that. Just shake it up, take a little bit of a different approach. But Knights of REEE, shake it off. You've got another map. You've got the opportunity to get your 2 victories back in it. They won the control map. We'll have to see if they're able to do it on the escort here. Havana is going to be our choice next up here. Now, how do you guys feel about Havana? I actually really quite like the map. I know it's taken a lot of flack since it came out, but
I love it. It's one of my favorite maps to play. I think it's a really pretty map, especially that both the first and the third point. First with the first stage being so colorful, and the third with the beach and the castle. I love it. I know that some people don't, especially that third point, but it's a fun one. I get excited whenever I see Havana pop up with my ladder placements.
I think it's definitely a good one. We'll have to see if any sniper play comes out here, especially on these, like you mentioned there. The first and third points are so much more similar to each other, whereas the middle one is just its completely own sort of brawl. You have all the high grounds, you have all of the flank angles, you have so many different spots for folks to be in and for the team fight to devolve into. I would be really surprised here if we didn't see Edgelord decide to pop into a Widowmaker for a moment, or if we see Juice decide to pick it up, something like that. I think there's a very high likelihood that we see some sniper play, but also good old Brawly Deathball. There's plenty of ways to break line of sight on this map and get in close.
And that's one of the most fun parts about it for me is how differently you have to play that second point versus the first and the third.
Yeah,
you hit it right on the head. Like that second point, it gives me grief as an Ana player because all those sightlines are so short and with so many turns as you're entering the factory. You kind of have to change your mindset versus the long street leading up to that first point, and then of course the road to the castle.
Yeah, I almost feel like when you get to the second point that you almost just have to make switches. Like whatever comp you were running for first point, you're almost definitely going to want to change at least one or two things out, unless you just are barely losing team fights by the skin of your teeth. You're probably going to want to have to change something up.
I mean, if you're rolling them and just out mechanically them, forget it. Do what you do.
Right, exactly.
But otherwise, yeah, definitely.
See the good old mod abuse going on in chat. Can I get who is Iron Brew for 600 seconds?
Oh, Iron Brew.
When is Iron Brew? What is Iron Brew? How is Iron Brew? Everybody asks who is Iron Brew. Nobody ever asks how is Iron.
That's my little right there. No matter how much I try and deny it.
Oh, hold up. Zarathustra wants a couple of swaps here. Takes it out, put him in, and swap him out for Rogue. What the heck?
Basically, put Zarathustra in on DPS, and Rogue goes up to wherever Sid was.
Dunzo.
Thank goodness for Jax. What would we do without you?
Also, I'm not sure if it's my screen, but they both say Knights of REEE.
Oh, they do both say Knights of REEE. Thank you.
I never saw the Havana pics. I was like, did my screen freeze? And then I'm like, no, it's still saying Knights of REEE on both teams.
The DilfHunters got incorporated into the Knights of REEE?
Yes, there was a hostile takeover.
Hostile takeover.
They got bought out.
I think if there's anything we saw on Eichenwald there, it was indeed a hostile takeover.
It was indeed.
Well, Twigs, you're more than welcome to join us for the commentary through this next one. Might be our last. We'll have to see if the Knights of REEE can make a strong comeback on Havana. They're going to be up first on the attack here. Have to make a strong showing, at least get through a good chunk of that second point to have any hope of stopping the DilfHunters today.
Dan, I appreciate the invitation. We'll see if my brain can actually hold up with that.
I understand.
I'm a simple man. I play the tuba.
Ah, I see. Well, you only need 3 fingers, WASD, and then just use some brain.
It's the last part. That's the tricky one.
Well,
Wait, we in the low brass section are supposed to have brains? What?
I just do it when they tell me to do it.
Heck yeah.
Here we go, headed into Havana. 10 seconds left on this timer. Hefty gonna stay on the Winston. Mr. Trifecta back to the Reinhardt. Zelgius gonna go ahead and take up the mantle, playing a bit of the Echo. Edgelord onto the Ash. Gonna play Sniper Light here. any of you all have played the boss mode where you get to control 6 of the same character, man, I love playing Ashe because it's just like Grenadier Ashe. You just chuck your dynamite forever. It's such a powerful ability. Blue running at him here with the help of the Reinhardt. You're gonna have a bit more presence. However, those monkeys Ashe just gonna tickle him right on through that shield as this fight devolves. Cart has stopped right in the middle of the road. Only got a couple of meters progress.
Zarathustra going to the back line.
There it is. That's those flanks we were talking about. Leaves Hefty some space to come in, grab 2 kills as well. Hefty will fall into the face of Shaka Khan. Shaka Khan grabbing both the Harriers of the backline. Actually, Zarathustra goes down to the Beam Lady as well. Getting a soft regroup here before they head on in to stop this final push. But so far, Knights of REEE doing a very good job of putting some pressure on that backline. FT dives in here, Blue in a bit of a tight spot, but he's got the hammer down. Sends Trifecta to the ground. Looks like he might have got swept out of it. Rogue Waves to then pop the Nano. Gingerbeard will pop the Coalescence. Hefty sends in the Angry Monkey. Bob trying to do something, but Trifecta just bullies him off into the corner. Nobody's on cart! Nobody's on cart!
Yeah, who needs to be on cart? You just took the point. Let's make space.
I wasn't sure if they quite popped it yet. Got a
Oh
little
no,
bit.
they had just gotten it, and then they decided, all right, we're gonna take this into the alley and bully.
There you go. Bully, bully, bully. Here we go. It's what you're just talking about at this point number 2. So different. The shatter into the grab. You can't walk into a grab. Reinhardt, you gotta keep that shield up, Blue. Oh no, baby. Zarathustra trying to harry him up in the top, getting a good rotation in and out with Hefty. You see Zara Wraith form out, Hefty jump in, and just constantly keep that rotational pressure with the dive tank there. Now Cart just chugging away around this second to last corner. Edgelord trying to get his way up to another Bob, 60% there. We've got Valk online from Viceroy. Zelgius looking to copy soon. Beard has another Coalescence available. The Death Blossom not too far from Zarathustra. Just having to take a moment, hang out in the shield. The hammer down
Big
from
hammer.
Blue. They'll find 1 kill out of it. Gingerbeard goes down. Leaves the opportunity for Edgelord. Pick up another. FD trying to deny that res, but Viceroy Griff going to survive, and the kill going to come through cleanly for Edgelord. Picks up 2 in that fight to hold the Knights of REEE at bay just a bit longer. And through it all, Zelgius manages to hold onto the copy. Edgelord now has the bomb online. See how they chose to use these 2 ultimates. Shaka Khan not far from a Graviton. Bob goes in. He's doing something in that bubble there. Going to keep Rogue Wave and Mr. Trifecta busy for a moment. Looks like there might have been an unfortunate miscommunication there. The Death Blossom comes down from Zarathustra off the top rope. He'll pick up Viceroy Grip, so no res available, but Mortality Field saves a couple afterwards. Fight devolving quickly. Blue not going to be able to survive the Primal Rage. Zelgius also going to go down. Rogue Waves hitting a couple of shots there from Sniper Grandma on the back line. Shaka Khan finds Zarathustra and wins the fight. He might be able to. He's going to toss in the grab onto Trifecta. Stop him from getting towards that cart. Go ahead and get the kill on Rogue Waves and Trifecta to finish that one out. Bit of a dangerous situation, but the investment from Shaka Khan makes that a clean win there.
I honestly thought that one was over, and then I just see 2 kills by Shaka, and I'm like, well, I'm wrong.
I get the idea.
Well, if you ever see a Zarya still on the field with Graviton Surge, the game's not done. Looks like we got the regroup coming through the left-hand side. Gonna go ahead and take our way around the alley. All the way up. Flush out the high ground. Very nicely done there, Trifecta. Gotta get your stuff established up there. Hefty gonna get to bounce in and out. The shatter dodged by Hefty, returned by Trifecta, but he'll go down. Too much damage pouring through that choke point for him. As Ginger and Zarathustra follow suit. Juice gonna get 1 pick, but that shouldn't be enough to turn it as he goes down to Shaka Khan. unfortunately, right there for the Knights of REEE, you actually win that fight in the corridor. You manage to get your main tanks both out of it in time. You return favor the shatter, but then you just walk into a hail of DPS straight through that doorway.
Oh, Anger Monkey in the back line.
Ooh, Zelgius is going to take that vacuum in. And the Angry Monkey causing a bit of havoc there. Yet another shatter. I wish we had a shatter tracker going on just for how many ultimates have been thrown down by these Reinhardts tonight. They are charging it so fast.
It's aggression versus aggression with this.
Setting up for that high left entrance. Knights of REEE really need the second tick. 35 seconds on the clock. Trifecta tries to find the shoulder, not quite going to connect, but they've already got 2. Make that 3 kills now. Finally rolling in their favor with the use of a couple of ultimates. The nano will be enough to invest there, and now we're rolling on into 3rd point. Looks like Edgelord gonna upgrade his sniper game, gonna pick up the Hanzo there. See if he can't get a dragon off soon enough or click a couple of heads.
Hefty just waiting down there in the moat.
Great spot for him. Honestly, not
on that back line.
Not anywhere I would think to check that often.
There he goes.
And there he goes, right into the back line. Now you get to double pressure the front line. Oh, not quite fast enough. Trifecta sends a shatter into the shield of blue. Backline high noon? No. Not going to connect there for Zelgius, but putting a bit more zoning pressure out. Blue will fall, as does Hefty, so both teams down a main tank, but no immortality on point. See the Deadeye comes through with 1, the Coalescence with another. Doesn't look like anybody died from Zarathustra, but
Zarathustra himself.
Yes. Well, you know, sometimes you just got to make the most of your ultimate. You got to get up in the kill feed somehow. Ooh, looks like Trifecta might have been looking for that shield block there, but not quite fast enough as Blue gets the shatter down. Edgelord sends in the dragon. It's going to be a couple of solid cleanup kills between him and Shaka Khan.
Zarathustra just waiting. Oh, no, he's found.
Oh!
No.
Miscalculated.
That was intentional or not? I don't think it was.
Did not stick the landing. Look. Look, I was scared, Zarathustra says.
I'm not sure he was paying attention to his timer right there.
No, super unfortunate on that one. And he's going to stick on the Reaper, hoping he can get back in time. Honestly, a little bit surprised he's not walking some legs or a tracer just to get back in the fight. Trifecta already down.
Already. He just wraith forms.
Beard falls.
Oh, takes out Shaka.
Zarya's a good one to get off point in these last seconds. Blue trying to keep his distance just a bit, but gets run down by rogue waves. The ult coming in from Juice straight into the PMAOWL. Zelgius shuts that one down pretty quick, but okay in the end. Shaka Khan onto the Hog now for the stall pick. Daddy Piggy looking to do some work. He got the hook as the entrance pick. He hooks Zarathustra, but gets killed before he can land it. Juice knocks out the Roadhog there. Now the mine's on point from Hefty, and that should just about do it. Zelgius got the ice block on point. Viceroy Griff manages to sneak in, but he'll find a mine from Hefty, and we see Knights of REEE walk it all the way in with no time left on the board.
Score.
Yeah, I feel like that's how Hanamura typically goes. You either only get first point, or you somehow get all the way to 3 with no time left in the clock.
That final home stretch is so brutal. It's so long. There's not a ton of cover for it. I mean, you got a lot of
And your
angles you can
spawn
take.
point is like really awkward depending on where your cart's stuck.
Mm-hmm. Well, not only that, but I mean, just if you take this high left angle from the defender's side, you can literally watch them walk out the spawn door.
Oh yeah.
You know, if you got a sniper character like that Hanzo, like a Widowmaker, even like an Ashe or a McCree, hit your
It's
shots.
like they built this as a sniper's nest or something, just staring down.
You mean to tell me the castle is supposed to be defensible?
Oh, you mean there's
I gotta
actual,
have a talk with this architect.
There's actual point to the map design? What?
30 seconds.
Havana Mora. Hopefully no Havana Geronimora. See what happens here. Knights of REEE looking to cling on to their match hopes. If they can manage to get a stop before the end of third point, they will have tied this one up, sending it to a 5th and final map.
And
Looks
Knights
like
of
Knights
REEE
of
they're
REEE.
setting up real close.
Yeah, they're
They're
going
playing
for the,
this
they're going for the early hold.
aggressive.
1. Attacker.
I don't mind this.
Well, see,
Huh?
the thing is, even if you do get, you know, killed here, you've got enough time to have a second defense further along.
Speaking of
Whereas
getting killed here, Blue right out of the gate and just obliterated. But yeah, you're totally right, Jax. Like this gives you the opportunity. It guarantees you at least a second engagement on this play.
yeah, so that's, a lot of the escort maps are like this. You can get up close and spam them in the spawn and get a second defense, or you get a later defense. There's one of the two. Take your pick.
I think Knights of REEE they smell blood in the water. They're pumped after that last full push.
Yeah, they're definitely feeling it here. They made a couple of switches. They found the tempo that works for them, and they're just matching the aggression of DilfHunters so much better now. Hefty looses a shatter into the shield of Blue and then gets the counter pin. Blue down again. For someone who has been dominating this game so effectively thus far, Blue just looks like he's getting a little bit outclassed now. Maybe Hefty finally finding his momentum on the Reinhardt. Now that he's off the Winston, rocking with the Rein Zarya combo. Trifecta already has grab as the Shaka Khan. There goes one, there goes two. Hey boys, just hug it out. You're 3 feet apart. Zarathustra is gonna fling in that Death Blossom, aided by the Hefty swings, and that's gonna be a team kill, a full team kill for the Knights of REEE at the door. Now, honestly, Edgelord, he copied the Zarya. Here comes a Graviton very quickly. Here it comes. Absolutely. Can he build it up? Makes it to 99. There's the first grab. Only finds Trifecta. Zarathustra able to wraith away. Juice trying to run him down. Edgelord's going to be sent back to his original body there. A couple of picks coming out for the Knights of REEE, though. They managed to repulse that one. Yet another ultimate turned aside for the DilfHunters. If I'm them right now, I think you just set up in that spawn door and just force them out, force them around. At least now we finally got the opposite corner. But there is a 5-man scatter from Hefty. He talk about smelling blood in the water. Time for a rampage from this Reinhardt. He's gonna go down in the process, and actually 4 have fallen now from the Knights of REEE. This is how it ends, boys. Not with a bang, but with a whimper. Well, there was a mighty bang as that hammer hit the ground, but Blue got around him, managed to push the rest of the team on into him 4 picks later. The Knights of REEE have been dislodged from the spawn of DilfHunters, now trying to clear it up for the end of point number 1. Zelgius is stuck in no man's land. Goodbye, May. Onto the Diva now, grabbing a bit of the high ground, gonna get to pressure it. Sticking out from Blue's shield though, not quite where he intended to be. The bomb online. Hefty, does he have the shield for it? He does. Bomb finds none. You gotta channel a little bit more of your blue bombs there, AJ. Another shatter falls into a shield. Blue not gonna be able to hit too much with that one. The nanoed Reinhardt into the backline, but he finds his worst nemesis, May. Now Zelgius, yet again, just gonna get run down here, but Zelgius has had a bit of unfortunate positioning every time, awkward timings, got caught in the rotation back as the Knights of REEE retake the point, and then is the last one to enter that fight and then get staggered yet again. Shaka Khan manages to eat the grab. Nom nom. Fire chicken. Gonna have to get him.
Juice says, I don't care that you ate it, I'm just gonna high noon you all.
Woo. What a good turnaround there for the McCree. Couple cleanup kills here. Sauce Boss trying to keep it working. I didn't even realize we've already run out the timer. The Knights of REEE are feeling it, boys. We're headed to map number 5 after a banger of a game on Havana for the Knights.
Play of the game.
The question isn't who gets to play, it's just going to be which one. Because there were so many big shatters by this guy.
Absolutely.
Or not even a shatter this time, just going to town on that grab.
Swing, 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 swing. Gonna go ahead and hop on in there for the team kill. Hefty 65% kill participation for Havana. But look at Blue. 10 kills with the Earth Shatter. Hit 15 people with it. There were hammers a-flying all throughout tonight. Well, here we have it, folks. It's going to be our 5th and final map of the night. The decider is the Knights of REEE have clawed their way back into this one. It's going to be another control map, this time the pick of the DilfHunters. We'll see what their decision shall be.
Now, what a showing by the Knights of REEE. You know, they get walled pretty good on Eichenwald a map ago. They come out, they push all the way on Havana, and then say, no, you are not taking any of this space. This is our space. You can hang out, but this is ours. And they just gave it to them. And the DilfHunters really had no response to that. They were caught completely unaware, and I'm not sure if they just didn't know what to do or just couldn't get the coordination. I know sometimes it can be difficult when you have that kind of pressure in your face to get the full team grouped together for a good push, but man, that was intense.
It was absolutely the right play by the Knights of REEE there. You can definitely tell they came out with some sort of mojo after they got all the way through to the 3rd point, just like you said, Twigs. And taking it right to the spawn door, putting the pressure on the DilfHunters immediately, just making sure that they kept the reins of that game firmly in their grasp. I think that was a good play. I think it was a great morale boost for them, and now we're going to see quite a serious contest for this final control point. We saw the Knights of REEE took the first one. See if they can take the last one. We do have a couple of swaps coming through. We're going to see Grey Pilgrim coming back in for Gingerbeard. Zelgius gets subbed out for DDR Daikin Kai. If there's anybody else here, their last picks for Nepal. Heading to Nepal, I wouldn't be surprised if we saw Hefty go back to some Winston play, even though he was really putting it to Blue in that last game. I wouldn't be surprised to see Edgelord playing quite a bit of the Echo. There's so many good high-angle sight lines here, and if he's not on the Echo, probably going to see some more of Farah. Might even see the Tord pop back out if they can manage to get point control. You got some good spots for your turrets, things like that. Otherwise, you know, I would like to see a ball here always, but probably not going to be the case from the tank lineups we've seen thus far. Any sorts of swaps or certain plays that you guys think that we're going to see come out on Nepal for this final matchup?
I think if we don't see a ball on the inside one, I can't remember what it's called off the top of my head. I think Iron Brew might actually cry.
Sanctum is quite a playground for a good Hammond.
Indeed, I'd be willing to bet a small amount of money if Shaka is on support. I don't think he's going to be, but if he were, he would 100% be on Lucio, because that's just a playground for him.
Absolutely, and that's such a hard choice right here, right? Because Blue is a very, very good Reinhardt. He's playing well in the face of Hefty, albeit Havana. Hefty found his stride there, I think is what it was, and Blue just was caught off guard by a little bit. And Shaka Khan, a wonderful Zarya to have at your side if you're up there as being Hammerman. So it's a really hard call to make if you're Edgelord, right? Do you tell AJ to grab the Lucio that he's just going to go Reddit and try to frag on? Or do you keep him up there to secure your front line? I think it really depends, and I think you might actually see some better utility out of him on the Lucio here, just because when you're playing the control point, your front line ends up being so much more fluid. You know, you have all those points around the map that you can play off of. You can afford to not have a solid, stable front line as much if you have a whole bunch of different off angles to take or a central pillar that you can hide behind. So we'll have to see what happens here. But yes, I'd love to see some hamster play. I wouldn't mind seeing some more Pharah play. I know people have been going for the Echo a lot, but I think Pharah is super strong on Nepal every time. With the exception of the covered map. I can't think of what it is. I know it's not Shrine. I know it's not Sanctum. I can't think of the other one.
Village.
Village. That one. Village is always a tough nut to crack. I think Village is one of the harder maps on Nepal. Shrine is difficult to dislodge the defender once they get something taken, but otherwise, I think Village is probably one of the harder ones here. So we'll see if it comes up earlier or later in our RNG of this map. We've got the R's from the Knights of REEE, just waiting on DilfHunters. We'll take it to them. Chat, who do you think we're going to see emerge the victor here? Your number 2 seed, the DilfHunters, or your number 4 seed, the DilfHunters, excuse me. Maybe I'm getting ahead of myself. Or your number 2 seed, the Knights of REEE. Who's going to take it down? We are headed into Nepal for our 5th and final map. Call your shots now, folks. Who gets play of the game? Who gets the win?
Well, right now I see Fire Chicken saying that Hog is the sexiest character in game. You're
He's
wrong.
got titty physics.
You're wrong.
How you gonna argue
You're
with that?
wrong. You're wrong.
All right, you got. What's your clap back? Come on, you can't just tell my boy he's wrong.
You're wrong. That's all I got for that one.
Wow.
I mean, have you even seen Junkrat though?
Yeah, there's something about the scruffy criminal type that just really does it for me. It's the missing legs. Those really get me going. Oh man, I'm a stop there before we get too deep in the weeds.
So Jackstrill, how's it going?
5, 3, 2,
Sits off in the
Good.
corner,
Sits off
giggling,
in
eating
the
his popcorn.
Yeah, right. God, now I want popcorn.
We're gonna see the Shrine come out first. Blue and Shaka still on their ride, and Zarya facing off against the hefty trifecta pair. Are gonna see Edgelord on the Echo. Sauce Boss with the legs.
Legs!
With his trusty Reaper. Juice onto the Tracer. We've not seen a Tracer since our first control map on Oasis. Thus far, hefty Bully and Blue back off the point a bit, and that's going to be the first cap. The early cap's so key there. It's not going to stay contested for this team fight. It's going to be in the favor of the Knights of REEE the entire time. Now both main tanks dead. Blue falls first, hefty follows shortly after. Edgelord goes down as well now. This one probably not going to go in the favor of the DilfHunters unless they can get a couple of picks immediately. Looks like they're just going to choose to soft disengage. Blue already back in this one. FD making his way up from the back line. Viceroy Griff does go down in the transition though. And DilfHunters, I think Euro making the right call here to just back it on up. Get the full reset. They do get the res on Viceroy Griff. A bit of an interesting call there as Trifecta yeets the grab in, and they're going to find
Everybody.
almost a full team kill there. Blue just dying a bit too quickly for that voice line to trigger, but that's going to be 6 kills and a full hard reset for the DilfHunters as the Knights of REEE tick past the halfway mark on their progress. Take it straight down the main road again. Blue trying to make his way in. Here comes the grab. Hefty drops the shatter back on him, but Blue responds. Nano to Hefty in the face of Blue. Not going to be enough there. Gets taken down. There's the team kill for the flip. 67% progress for the Knights of REEE. Go Hefty making his way back towards the point. Both teams choosing to just lead the charge straight in from main, not taking any of the off angles here. Zarathustra trying to make his way around the back line. He gets spotted by Edgelord. Gonna be able to rake out just in time. The flashbang combo not coming in clean enough from Edgelord to take off the edgy boy himself. Here comes the high noon, but Juice responds. He kills his counterpart. Victorious in the McCree battle for now, but the res comes out Edgelord back in this one. The shatter, big from Blue, but he gets slept immediately. A very nice reaction sleep there. Rogue Waves manages to pop the sleep, but not enough to keep the team alive there. Too many laying on the ground to survive that one. Hefty caught off in the corner. Just chilling on that pad there. You're gonna need a fire strike. Help Blue charge up that shatter yet again. Hefty's gonna be firmly in the lead of this one, and Blue knows it. See if he tries to play a bit defensively, if he just sits back in it. He thinks he's got the shatter already. Swinging that grab, Blue. Get it, boy.
And die, everybody, die.
Yes, indeed. Take your pick. Do you want to die at high noon, or do you want to die the old Gothic way?
Would you like to die with one bullet or many bullets inside of you?
How would you like your lead poisoning? Extra lead? Light lead? DilfHunters at 80% capture progress now, evenly tied with the Knights of REEE, who are still ticking on up past it. Have to wrest control from the team in red. The grab comes out early, catches them in the corner. Mr. Trifecta trying to end this one before it begins. Ooh. Hefty sends a shatter through the door. Blue returns one, but he'll die in the process. Hefty gets the block. Boss pops the visor, finds one, then taken down by Mr. Trifecta. Should do it here. The Knights of REEE looking to take map number 1. His 5th and final contest. Blue unable to spend enough time on point. Edgelord, in desperation, gonna throw that high noon in there. He will pick up Mr. Trifecta, just padding the stats a bit, but not enough to overcome the shatter grab combos from Hefty and Mr. Trifecta there in the end. I love that Trifecta went ahead and grabbed the early grab there. Bought his team all the time they needed to make it an overtime fight. Just cleaned it on up when Hefty came through a swinging.
Swoosh, swoosh, swoosh.
Now, here on Nepal Village, I really think this map is going to favor the DilfHunters. I really think their DPS lineup is a little bit stronger. I think their tank lineup can play more passive. I know it's so hard for Hefty to sort of disengage and give his team time that they might need to sort of get. You know, this is a lot more maneuvering going on this map. You have to have your front line stay a little bit more stable here because it's so easy to get shot right in the back with just a quick crossover along one of the walls. Hefty in and straight to point. You see him already there, having to wait for his team a little bit, just outpacing them with his mobility. And now here we go, the front line emerging. Hefty cut off by the May play from Sauce Boss. That's going to give him something to be seriously worried about. So far, they get the first cap yet again. Blue unable to keep the point presence. Die in the process. Oh, Juice is on the deep flank. Went ahead and ran back, grabbed the enemy team's Mega. Now back in. Just some pot shots from behind, keeping the distraction level high. Viceroy Griff has to stay on point for the time being. Not able to set up comfortably in the backline while Legs wanders about. A couple of kills coming down from both sides. Both Annas now out of the mix, and this one's going to be the flip. The DilfHunters stop the progress of Knights of REEE, 27%. Shaka Khan and Blue posturing up front, trying to get a bit of damage in, trying to build those ultimates. Trifecta's at 72%, Shaka Khan 80%, keeping the pace quite clean between the race of Zarias. The high noon gets shut down, Edgelord taken out by Mr. Trifecta. First grab is in, Shaka Khan gets quite a few. Ooh. The shatter from Blue around the corner, trying to stop and follow up. Hefty still has it on line though, gets out of the grab, comes around the corner. He'll die eventually though, as the DilfHunters make a nice counterplay there, a bit more patient with some of their ults. They'll win out that fight. Now you see Juice has switched over onto the May, gonna try to contest Sauce Boss a bit, but he's already got such an ultimate advantage. As long as he throws this Blizzard early this fight, right now, chuck that Blizzard.
Right now.
Oh, the wall from Juice is going to cut off a bunch of it, but they're going to be able to get around just barely and get a couple of kills. Hefty and Juice fall. Will Mr. Trifecta make it out alive? No, he will not. They run him down. Zarathustra with the unfortunate teleport manages to escape barely with the help of his raid form. And now because Sauce Boss threw that ult so fast, he's only down 5% in the race against Juice. So Blizzard's going to be roughly at the same pace. There's no Blizzard for the recontest here. They're just going to have a Nano, maybe a Death Blossom, probably a Coalescence to make use of. Nano is in on Hefty. Sauce Boss walls him off. Dropped quite quickly, though. They're going to let the Nano grind come into point. Slept. Shattered on the wake-up, though. But Hefty gets deleted through the Nano, and the DilfHunters tie this one up.
All right, final match.
That right there was good planning by DilfHunters tanks. Excuse me. Shaka Khan using his grab to kind of pull everyone together, allowed Blue to fire strike into a whole horde of them, and then swing until he got his ult, which of course then took Hefty out, even though he was nanoed. So nice job, tanks of DilfHunters.
Yes, indeed. I think right now that tank lineup is what's going to make all the difference for the DilfHunters, unless they just let Edgelord run rampant in the back line. I see him over there on the Reaper now. Looks like Sauce Boss on the May might be the play for him here. Worked out well on Village. Will it work out on Sanctum? No boops to be had from the side of the DilfHunters, unless you count the good old Ryan shoulder. Hefty gonna play with the monkey. Mr. Trifecta onto the Zarya. This is the Winston Zarya that we have not seen come out too much yet here tonight. See how effective it is for him here on Sanctum. DilfHunters considering dropping down below point.
Nope, they're going the long way around.
Trying to go in, put a bit of pressure on him, grabs the high ground, tickle, 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 already up to 35% ult charge. If he can get that Angry Monkey here soon, then we're going to see that be a serious problem for the DilfHunters. Already 66% for death. Trifecta down as well. They do get the first capture though, so as long as Zarathustra and Grey Pilgrim die on point, then they will at least get some capture progress. 10% so far. Grey Pilgrim doing his best to dance, actually backing the team up. Shaka Khan does manage to finally get the kill on one, and Blue will take care of the other. Rogue Waves dies along through this. 22% capture progress for the Knights of REEE. That's a good quick retake for the DilfHunters, and now they are back in the driver's seat. This is one of the things that's much more difficult on a map like this. Running Winston Zarya, you don't have that engagement potential, and there you go. When you don't have a shield to block those shatters, Blue hits a fat one with no way to follow up on it. The wall now keeping Zarathustra in with no wraith form. Edgelord gonna have to make a run though as the rest of the team piles their way in past the Blue Menace. Can't quite connect on the pin on Hefty, who's in the midst of Nano and Primal Rage. Hefty cleaning up a couple of kills here for the retake. 45% capture progress for the DilfHunters, and there's the flip. 46 in total for them now, as the Knights of REEE creeping on closer to tying this one up. Should be at least even before they lose it. They've got an opportunity to start to run away with it. Graviton Surge online now for Mr. Trifecta. Look for them to grab it through the choke. Shaka Khan probably tosses one in retaliation, but they have the Blizzard ready and waiting. The Death Blossom, the Bob, and the Coalescence in response. There's one grab. You see the wall so that you don't get counter-grabbed immediately. Coming into that damage, there goes the counter-grab. The Death Blossom comes in from Edgelord and finds two.
There is the flip.
Edgelord comes in big there. The combo with Shaka Khan, and that's two ultimates it took them to retake that point, and now it's going to be back even before the fight even starts. With 4 left online. They've got the Blizzard, they've got the Shatter, they've got the Nano. Any 3 of them could be enough to make this play huge here. Plenty of ults on the side of the Knights of REEE. We'll see what they decide to lead with. They can find a big Bob into the team. Might be an opportune play. We'll have to see if they can avoid the Blizzard. Nothing to eat it available for the Knights of Ree. Spending a good chunk of time here gathered at the choke. Here comes the Bob. The first ult, the second will be the Coalescence. Now we're all going to die as Zarathustra throws in the Death Blossom for good measure here. Ults aplenty from both sides, but it'll be the Knights of Ree who make the flip at 91% capture progress for the DilfHunters.
Yeah, but Southpaw still holding on to that Blizzard, and more than likely they just throw it in point and probably take it all. I would imagine.
Honestly, I think if I'm the Knights of Ree and I see that Blizzard come out, unless we're going to win the fight, I'm jumping off the point and resetting as fast as possible. They do have 9% capture progress to be able to get back to it.
Or they'll just keep him in the corner there.
Oh, Hefty with the Primal Rage in the corner, going to be able to keep Shaka Khan and Blue busy for quite a moment here. Sauce Boss gets in there, chucks the Blizzard to point, has to break out of his ice too early though. He'll get taken down on the entry. There's nobody on point. Shaka Khan's got to make it there. And it's going to be the Knights of Ree with the comeback here tonight. Took them all the way to map number 5, game number 3 of Nepal, but that's a victory. The Knights of Ree pull it off.
Play of the game.
I'm going to grab play of the game here. Which Graviton is it? From the top ropes for the victory on Village. Look at that big old beefy Russian lady. Just putting in work there. He knew he had it. 31 high energy kills of his 34 eliminations. Shaka Khan, a force to be reckoned with on the Zarya. Don't you forget. But what a matchup. That was a nail biter all the way through. All the way through. That was some very, very good games to the DilfHunters. Very, very good games to the Knights of Ree. That was an exciting one to watch. Jackstrill, Twigs, thank you guys for being here with me this evening. Any closing comments on that wonderful contest that we had?
Man, I mean, I said at the beginning of the game, I was expecting it to be 5 maps, but I mean, we got the ultimate PMAOWL game. 5 maps, map 3 of the last control point. I mean, that was just 2 good teams going at it. I think in the end, Knights of Ree, just their aggression on Havana and also on Nepal, ended up being just a little too much for DilfHunters to work around. I mean, if you noticed, even on Nepal, they were pretty typically the first ones to point. They were the ones setting up and just really pushing through. And that's not to say the DilfHunters weren't. They had a really nice hold there at the door of the last Nepal map. But man, Knights of Ree, they came to play and they got real jazzed up after that Havana push and
they did,
worked out for them.
I think if Havana was a close win for the Knights of Ree, even if it's still a win, if it was a close win, if they make it through part of second, if they get stopped on the end row to third, Knights of Ree come out totally different for Nepal. I don't know if that one goes in their favor. But just like you said there, Twigs, I believe Knights of Ree managed to have the first capture on every single one of our control points. Even if they lost control relatively quickly, that's still nice to guarantee that you've got some capture progress on the board every single time. But extremely, extremely good games here tonight. Jax, any closing thoughts for us?
No, I'd just with that definitely kind of creates more separation in the standings, puts them, I think, possibly maybe in first.
I literally just saw the stat sheet change. Knights of Ree table now with 11 map wins and 5 map losses sit in first place current.
They haven't added Disciples of Dimitri because I know they won last night. Just haven't added those stats in, so that would have to double check there.
Yes, indeed. We'll have to see how that one might shake out. So definitely a very, very close race for first currently in the league. But gentlemen, thank you so much for joining here tonight. Folks at home, thank you as always for keeping the chat popping and for keeping us company here for the PMAOWL. This has been your week number 4, game number 2. Don't go too far. We've got another game for you tomorrow night, 9 o'clock Central, 10 o'clock Eastern, as always. it's going to be my team, the Flamin' Hot Bucks, going up against Quentin's Quarantinos. If I gotta say, Brontosaur, your team might have the best name this year. I love it. It's apt. It's punny. But another game coming up tomorrow night, 9 o'clock Central, 10 o'clock Eastern, right back here on twitch.tv/PMAOWL. Come cheer on your friends. Come meme it up. Come rage at all the mistakes that happen, be it in the casting booth, on the field, whatever it might be. We love to see you. We love to hang out with you all. We will see you in the next one. Twigs, Jax, thank you for joining me here tonight. This has been Drunkrat, that one Dan guy. We'll see you back here tomorrow night. Everyone have a good evening.